Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Rage here. I know I haven't done a video since last month. I was working on a Pokemon video, but that kind of got, stopped. And we're going to make a deck of the month for last month. However, I want to make it up to you guys. This month we're going to be doing 2 decks. I'm now going to do deck of the month, so part 1. I'm going to be doing Divine Wind OTK. If you haven't seen it, just look it up. It's about the Mist Valley Field spell, the really broken card that they have. And this is also after Extreme Victory is legal, so we have access to Reborn Tengu. So yeah, you might see some stuff that's unorthodox, but hey, this deck's like really creative, I think. First you got the 3 Reborn Tengus. Why the heck Konami made this thing, I have no idea. It's the most broken exclusive card we've gotten. You know, if you don't know what it does, when it's removed from the field in any way, except for a return to the deck from the field, you get to summon another one mandatorily from your deck. Really broken. Then we have the 3 G-Nex Ally Birdmans. Combos great with Tengu, and it also combos great with the field spell. And then you run 2 G-Nex Blast Fan to search out the Birdman when it's special summoned. I'll explain some combos with that later. Then you run some Wind Tuners. 1 Delta Flyer, 2 Phalanx, 1 Corseska. I was running a Dark Spear and a Brandis Stock, but this guy is much better than Brandis Stock, and this guy's got flexibility. Then you run 1 Mist Valley Thunderbird and 1 Falcon. This lets you combo with Birdman and the field spell at the same time, and this just lets me have access to Thunderlord, which isn't that bad of a card. 1 Summoner Monk, so I can summon Blast Fan if I'm getting a real slow start. Then I have 2 Winged Rhinos. When a trap card's activated, they can bounce to the hand. They chain at spell speed 2, and you can chain it multiple times in a chain. So, say I attack, they play Deep Prison, I activate his effect, and then they chain something else to stop it. I can use his effect again to bounce, and both of their cards fizzle, and they minus himself. And then 1 Vortex Trooper. This guy shuffles dead cards in your hand back in the deck and get new ones, and when he's destroyed, you draw a card. And that's by any effect. Then for spells, we have 3 Terraforming, then 3 Divine Wind of the Mist Valley. This is a really broken field spell. Then again, we've seen plenty of those lately. Dragon Ravine. Basically, with this card, when a wind monster once per turn is bounced, or if one is bounced, you can special summon a level 4 lower wind monster from your deck. This turns the whole deck into a giant toolbox. Then 1 Pot of Avarice, because you can fill up the graveyard pretty quickly. Then you have Dark Hole, Giant Trinade, Reborn, Book, and a double MST. Basically your staples. Then for traps, we got the staple Solemn, Torrential, Mirror Force. Then you have 1 Trap Stun. I was thinking about taking this to 2, but I like the numbers so far in this deck. Then you got 3 Compulsories. These combo great with Divine Wind and Tengu. They also help get rid of Synchro monsters, which is, hilarious. Then 2 Threatening Roars. These combo great with Winged Rhinos while you have that field spell up. You chain it, you activate it when they move it to their battle phase. Then you activate Rhinos' effect, and Rhinos bounces to the hand. And since Divine Wind's effect can be activated even if the monster was bounced earlier in the chain than the last card resolved, you can still activate its effect. Alright, now for the side deck. I have it proxied up because I'm missing some of the cards, and I'm going to use this deck at Regionals, but my friend has the rest of the cards for it. But I just wanted to show it to you today, because I know you guys are probably getting really pissed you're not seeing a video. But we have 2 Thunder King Ryos, 2 Doom Cows, 2 Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. These guys are pretty good. They help stop special summons of anything that's not wind. So, in anything but a mirror match or Dragoonities, this card can be very detrimental. It's like having Fossil Dynas, but it's not preventing me from special summoning. Then 1 Reaper to defend myself. 2 Forbidden Lance. This card's really good, especially since this deck can slide into pretty much an anti-meta deck. 1 Cross Out for the Keepers and the Chaos Plants. 1 Chain Disappearance. 1 Royal Oppression. 1 Gozen Match. 2 Deep Prisons. I know that's a chain disappearance, but I don't have my other Deep Prisons with me. And I hate to show you guys a proxied up deck, but I thought this was too good not to show you like before I take it to regionals. Then for the extra deck, you have Trish, Stardust, Scrap Dragon, Thought Ruler, 2 Arcanite Magicians, because that Blast Fan I showed you is actually a spellcaster. Black Rose, Thunderlord, Brionic, GX Ally Triarm, Tempest Magician, again because you have Blast Fan as a spellcaster. Vegeriana, because, you know, you can actually make it in this Contester, and then Vortex, and then a Chimeratech Fortress, which I have to dig out still. Now I'm going to show you guys some combos with the deck, since I'm pretty sure you're kind of confused about it a little bit, those who haven't seen this deck before. Alright guys, as I said, I'm going to show you some combos that this deck can do. Here's probably one of my favorites to pull off. Say I open my turn, say I go first, and I summon Winged Rhinos, and then I activate Divine Wind, and then I set a compulsory. And let's say my opponent sets a monster. We'll say that for argument's purposes. They're in phase, I'll chain compulsory, and I'll target their monster. Then I'll chain Winged Rhinos' effect. Winged Rhinos will bounce, compulsory will bounce their monster, and then Divine Wind's effect will activate. Since the monster, at any given time during that chain was bounced, I can summon a wind monster of level 4 or lower. So, here's where I can summon GX Blast Fan. As I told you, he's a wind monster. Though he looks like a machine, he's actually a spellcaster. But the big thing is, he's special summoned by the effect of Divine Wind. And when he's special summoned, I get to search GX Ally Birdman. And I did this all on my opponent's end phase. And I have 2 cards in my hand. Now, one of those cards that I put on the board basically got rid of a monster and then replaced the card in my hand. I basically just got a +1, all for nothing. The next combo I'm going to show you is Divine Wind, like most of the combos, and then I have Reborn Tengu. And then say I'm going second, and say all they said was a back row or something. I'm going to bounce Reborn Tengu to summon GX Ally Birdman, and now that happened, I can activate Tengu's effect, as seeing as how it's mandatory. It'll go on the chain first, and then the effect of Divine Wind allows me to summon a wind monster from my deck as well. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, you don't want to summon Blast Fan if Tengu or the Thunderbird are bounced, because since their effects are mandatory, they will act on the chain first, therefore happening last. If I bounce a card and then activate Divine Wind, and the card I bounced was these, say I'll summon my Blast Fan, then I'll summon my extra Tengu. But, since Tengu's effect was the last thing to happen on the chain, and the Blast Fan says, when the monster is special bounced, when it's special summoned, I can add a GX to my hand. Since what happened last wasn't his special summon, he will miss the timing, and I won't get my extra Birdman. But the play you want to make out of this situation right here is bounce Tengu to summon Birdman, and then with the effect of Divine Wind, you'll summon Thunderbird, and then you'll summon another Tengu with Tengu's effect. This allows me to go into Brionic right there, and in this deck you actually want to summon Brionic almost as fast as you can, because if you do, and you have a wind monster and you have Divine Wind up, you can create a loop. Basically, it allows you to almost infinitely cycle out your deck. I've ended up in turns having Brio and Trishula on the same board together and winning because I was able to pull that off. Let's see here. Another neat little combo to do is, if you don't have the Birdman, but say you have the Tengu, and you have the Divine Wind, you play your set Compulsory and your Trapstone, but you activate Trapstone first, then you chain Compulsory, bouncing Tengu. And then, now that your monster's off the board, Trapstone triggers, And now all other traps for the turn are canceled. And since you bounce a monster somewhere in that chain, Divine Wind allows you to summon a monster. So we'll say this guy. Actually, in this situation, you'd want to summon one of those tuners I showed you earlier. We'll go with Delta Flyer for now. And now Tengu lets me summon another one. And with this, I can create a level 8 right there. And it's completely safe from traps. Another neat little move is, say I have Divine Wind up, but I have Miss Valley Falcon. She can't bounce herself. But let's say I have this guy up, too. And I've already used the effect of Divine Wind this turn, so say I have a Synchro out. We'll go with G-Nex Triarm. And I attack... No, not Triarm, sorry. We'll go with Brio, since this will make that combo work. Alright, I can't bounce this and get the effect of Divine Wind again this turn, but I can attack with Falcon, and for its cost, I can bounce Divine Wind to my hand, and in main phase 2, activate it again. Since it's technically a new card, I can use Brio's effect again, bounce Blast Fan, and use the effect of Divine Wind to summon another card for, again, argument purposes, we'll say Delta Flyer. And there's another level 8 monster. So this deck can combo quite a bit, and the deck, like I showed you earlier, has the potential to side into practically a stun deck. And that the scenario where I can do that is very, I would say, dangerous for the opponent. They're going to be siding in all the stuff to stop the Divine Wind loop from going off, and they're so worried about that, I'll be siding in cards to stop their deck, like Thunder King and Doomcal, and then they're going to be like, oh crap, I messed up. That was the first deck of this month. I hope you guys liked it. The second deck is going to be Eric's updated scrap deck with Orthros and stuff. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and rate, comment, and subscribe, like always. And I'm working on Pokemon for you guys so I can get some more battles up. It just takes a while to EV train and after IV breeding. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll have some more stuff up for you soon. Maybe I'll get some coverage for the regional. Robbie Cole's going to be there. Maybe I'll get an interview with him and stuff. All right. Peace out, YouTube.